The install for our side skirts is pretty straightforward. We utilize our custom hardware to mount to the pinch welds of your vehicle. You will get multiple of these in your kit. Please look to the loose paper in the kit that will tell you the exact position of these and their placement. There will be a bolt and a washer for the bottom and your left and right side skirt. Being that this is a Durango SRT here, having race ramps or jacks are going to be required. You need to get the vehicle high enough off the ground so you can get underneath the edge and view the pinch welds and have full access to install the side mounting hardware. Now in this instance, on this Durango, and we believe on all Durangos, have a fuel rail on the passenger side. There's 3 or 4 nuts that hold it in place. You'll need to loosen those and remove it, and it will just hang down in position so you can properly get the hardware installed. So when it comes to the stanchion placement, there is a sheet inside the box that's going to highlight the exact dimensions, but from the front of the factory rocker, the first stanchion is going to be at 6 inches, the second at 23.5, the third at 34.5, the fourth at 45, fifth at 58 inches, the sixth at 66.5 inches, and the final one at 78 inches from the front of the rocker. So for the passenger hardware, there is specifically marked stanchions and hardware for that side. Please make note of that and look to your insert for those details. Installing the stanchions, you're going to hold it right up to the pinch weld and use an Allen to tighten it up. Now keep in mind that you can leave it just enough to hold it in place because you may have to adjust it up and down once we get the side skirt in place, but we'll do this across the whole side skirt with all pieces. So once you have all the hardware in position, and again, these are loosely tightened. I wouldn't fully tighten these, just enough to grab so you can start to mount the side skirt. You will bolt the side skirt to the actual stanchions. This will also allow you to see if you need to move them left or right, you know, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, if you lined them up perfectly based on the dimensions, and get them in place. Now, once you have them in place, and we would recommend loosely tightening them, you can make sure your front of your rocker panel lines up with the side skirt, and you can go ahead and tighten the stanchions all the way once you have it in position. Once all the stanchions are tightened, we would recommend tightening your bolt from front to back and not do it hit or miss. So start on one side, work your way all the way back, so that way you don't get any weird droops and have a proper install. Correct. Now once it's all tightened up, and you verify everything is good to go, you can inspect the vehicle from the outside edge, and you will see a small gap in places between the side skirt and the hardware. Now keep in mind, the hardware is designed to where it can go up and down on that pinch weld. So if you see the product's a little wavy in one place or the other, you can go back to the hardware, loosen the nutsert against the pinch weld, adjust it accordingly so it's perfectly flat, and you're good to go. Now also keep in mind, the car is not perfectly flat side to side. So our product does follow the contour of the car that does drop off at its flare points in the front and back. So keep that in mind as well. And once you finish, drop the car down and enjoy the finished product.